Remember when you were 16 years old? Yeah, I can. I don't know if you do. Um, I've only been to one of my high school reunions. That was the 10-year. Excuse me. And I only went then because there was a girl that I liked in high school, and I understood she was going to be there. But she was married, so there went that. Sherry Bush was her last name. Bush, Bush. Sherry. Um, anyway, Sherry. Sorry if you happen to be watching. It's from my understanding she's still married to somebody somewhere. Which point, Charlie? Okay, I'm getting to it. I remember when I was a kid, when I was in high school, and kids always had their own language. We had our language that we all understood. We all cool. That's how far back I go, but cool was even before. I'm talking 70s and 80s. Cool, rad, um, different words that we all used to talk to each other. Dude, called each other dude a lot because when an adult used those words, it was like, oh, geez, you sound like a jerk. You have no idea. You're not as cool as we are. You don't know what's on the inside. Stop trying to act like you're one of us. Sound familiar? You remember? Were you like that? Yeah, well, I was. And so when I talk to particularly high school folks, and I know that that's still a thing, 6'7", dude, 6'7", and then you get adults trying to do it, or even more so, adults making fun of you for using that language, like, and then he's all, and then I go, and then they go, and then they're like, um, so you hear adults talking like that, they sound so stupid to you. And what's even dumber is when teachers or anybody trying to relate to the kids, trying to relate on a younger level, and they're using that language. Oh, even worse, like a youth pastor who's like 40 something, trying to sound all hip. You know what I'm talking about, you know. So I have a 16-year-old on the show today, and I'm not going to try and use their little lingo. I'm not going to try and use their little language because I remember how stupid it sounded whenever some adult tried to sound like a high school kid. So I'll just tell you that Joel Cooper is going to be on my show. 6'7". Joel Cooper, I met at the Charlie Kirk. It was on his birthday, Charlie Kirk's birthday. He would have been 32 before he was robbed from us. And he was fantastic. This kid was fantastic. I'm not going to call him a young man either, because I always hated that too. Young man. What, you want me to call you an old man? What do you call me? A middle-aged man? Stop with the age labels. So he's still a kid to me. You're not over 18. You're not officially an adult. You're a kid. Sorry, Joel. He's going to be on my show. And I am looking forward to you meeting him in just a second. I also wanted you to see there's a whole lot of young folks, which are actually really not all that young. They're out in the streets. Portland, Oregon's really bad right now. And Berkeley, just happened to UC Berkeley, where a bunch of late teens and early 20-year-olds, and then all the other freaks coming out of the woodwork wearing their masks and their dark crap and their Antifa garb, um, started attacking people who were there for Turning Point USA. Trying to have an event at UC Berkeley. Berkeley's a cesspool. The campus is so beautiful. It's such a great college, but inside it's like Jesus described it, whitewashed tombs full of dead men's bones. Just an ugly, awful place. I don't know where somebody who's 16 is going to be looking to even go to college, or they might be finally, like Charlie Kirk said, forget it. You don't need college. I didn't. I didn't even I didn't even complete junior college. I got my first major my first paying job in the profession I wanted, which was radio and television, So I never went back to school. I figured, well, that's what I was going to school for, was to learn how to do a trade. I treated junior college like a trade school. I didn't care about a degree. I still don't. People my age going back and getting their master's degree. Oh, that seems like a whole lot of hassle for what? So you can brag about it? Sit down. So Joel Cooper, be sure and ask him about that. But I also want to get his thoughts on what's happening on these campuses now, because he may be on one of them pretty soon. But I really, if you want to know the safest place to live in the United States of America, if you don't want to be concerned about Antifa and other such freaks hassling you, move to Brevard County, Florida.
Lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired, because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play. This has got to stop.
We will kill you. Wait a minute. Let me get rid of that. We will kill you graveyard dead. Just in case you didn't know what kill you meant, and I had to explain it further. Graveyard dead. That is so dang funny. All right. You ready? Let's do it. Let's get Joel on the. Two things. One, like this show. Please like it right now. Thank you. You hit that like button and you'll help with the algorithms. Here, hit it again. No, I'm just kidding. If you hit it again, it's unlike. And this right here, QR code for a great company with naturally derived products, all sourced in the United States of America, manufactured in the United States of America. So the supply chain falls apart. You'll still be able to get this. NuevaLife.com/Charlie Simons. That's Nueva, Nueva life.com/Charlie Simons, CharlleSimons, as you see below. And it's collagen. It's all about the special formulation of collagen. There's a great coffee drink, a mood lifter, elevator, energy drink. There's a new one too, this collagen and a weight loss product. Please do yourself a favor. Just go there. NuevaLife.com/Charlie Simons, or just point your little camera at that QR code, whatever, at that little Cody thing. And then, which is, I sound like a total old guy right then, didn't I? Because I am. And the other one is, get this mug from my website. Look at how awesome this mug is. I love it so much. It's a 15-ounce mug. It's nice, big, sturdy. I got big hands, and mine fitting all 4 fingers in there. Let's talk politics and religion. Do not talk. And of course, it's red. And you also find caps and shirts there too, and a way to support me. And you can get on Team Charlie so we can keep in touch. When Facebook deleted all of my pages 4 months ago, every single one of them gone, and Instagram, of course, which is owned by Facebook, which I hate that monopoly. It really hurt. It really hurt because the numbers on my show were like in the thousands. And then when Facebook got taken away, there was no way for me to let anybody know. And they hadn't followed, they maybe followed me on Rumble, but everybody's still worshiping YouTube. And I don't get it. Fellow conservatives, get the hell out of YouTube and get over to Rumble. That's where you're going to find Russell Brand is over there. Dan Bongino's show moved over there because YouTube still is censoring every single thing that we're doing. I know. I can tell you stories. So instead of me telling you stories, why don't you just go to charliesimons.com, sign up for Team Charlie, make a donation if you can. That would be a great blessing. Buy me a tank of gas. No, I'm sorry, too expensive. Or whatever you can do. Or buy some merchandise from my merch store. Joel Cooper, are you ready, buddy? Here we go. Hit it. I don't know what's happening with my system. The whole stupid thing is that falling apart. Look at it. It's so slow. It's all glitchy. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi. I don't know if it's the computer. The whole sheriff thing from Brevard County didn't even pop up. The video didn't. So I went ahead and let it play because you could hear the audio still. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, Joel. Maybe I should get a young person in here to tell me how to run my own computer. Is it a computer problem or is it a Wi-Fi problem? What's going on with this stupid system?
Sometimes it's the user. Sometimes what Wi-Fi do you have?
Sometimes it's the user. No, say no more. Get closer. You're too far away. Get closer.
Let me know when to stop.
Oh, that's right. You can't see the screen, huh?
I can't.
That's okay. Move to your left a little bit, would you please?
This way?
Yes, sir. All right. So that's just fine. Right there. Stay right there. Hello, Joel. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, Charlie. How are you doing?
I'm borderline amazing, although you can't tell. My voice is all jacked up, and I've been hacking and coughing and scratchy, and it hurts me to talk. But I went down to the California Governor Showdown down in San Diego area, Escondido, San Marcos, excuse me.
Cool. How was it down there?
I'm glad I went. I didn't sleep
good.
for almost 3 days though, just not because I was partying. Yeah. Just didn't sleep, and I came back. I didn't get home till about 1:30 in the morning on Sunday night, Monday morning. Yeah, so I guess I'm paying for it now.
Yeah.
All that aside, hey, what I said about old people using your language, your expressions, was that true? Do we look stupid when we try and sound like you?
I mean, realistically, the whole 6'7" thing, I think they all look stupid when they're saying it. Old people, young people,
Because it
middle-aged
is
people.
stupid.
I don't understand it.
I think
Can't
it's because
explain
we
it.
don't have shared experiences anymore, Joel. We
No,
don't really have
no,
shared
everything
experiences
is
anymore.
and that's true. A lot of stuff is very split up because you have a very new age of technology, and then you have some older people who are still doing things the traditional way, um, arguably the better way. And so I couldn't tell you. There's some things that old people say that are like, oh, okay, but typically if they're saying that and it's a little bit obnoxious, it's because it's obnoxious for everyone. So don't worry
Okay,
about it.
got it. Well, you're not gonna find me doing that. I'm
That's
like,
good. You won't
whatever.
find me doing it either.
I know the English language very well, and I'm not gonna let anyone else dictate it just so I come across as unique, timely, and trendy.
There you
So
go.
you're still in high school. You're wicked smart, and I'd imagine if you wanted to, you could probably graduate early and go right to college. Is that in your plan, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, right now I'm taking dual enrollment classes at FLC, so I'll graduate potentially a semester early with an associate's degree. Um, Not that the degree really matters, but it allows me to get as much community college done for free as I can right now as a high schooler. Um, but
That is smart. I did not
if
know that you could literally be taking college courses to get your AA while you're still in high school. I had no clue.
it's a lot, not everyone knows it. I think a lot of people know you can take college classes, but no one realizes how many you can take. It kind of varies from school to school, but my school allows me to take up to 11 units at a time. So right now I'm taking 9 because I
That's
couldn't find a
really
2-unit
cool.
class. And then,
Um, the
yeah,
best thing I like about Joel is he's a conservative and he's unapologetic about it.
mhm.
In the era of Charlie Kirk, he kind of blazed the trails for don't be afraid to let everybody and look at all the turning point chapters that have been started up all over schools, although a lot of the schools now are rejecting them and not allowing them to meet on there. That's the latest thing from the left,
Yeah.
which is insane and sad. But
It's really sad, and it's frustrating. I don't understand it. And one thing I was watching some of the stuff from UC Berkeley. I knew a guy who was down there. He had a glass bottle thrown at him. But I was just watching, and I just have to ask myself, how do we have so many young people that are this angry? Because the amount of anger that are within those people, it's not healthy. It's not at a good level. And it's
how
not
many of them are being
sustainable.
paid, do you think?
And that's the other thing that I'm thinking. Are they actually angry? I think a lot of them are being paid because you would have to be so miserable to go spend your afternoon like that, to go protest a pastor who's going to speak on your campus. Your life either has to suck really, really badly, or you're getting paid to go out and do it, and you're a broke college student. So,
Yeah, that's what I think too. Who are these people and why are they so wound up? And the worst part is what they're, for the most part, protesting against is the deportation of people who have broken our laws to come into this country and now expect to get all the kind of freebies and everything continued to be handed to them. Instead, we have a president that we voted for. I voted for this. Get them out. Oh no, we're just deporting the ones who are breaking the law. They broke the law when they came over the border, and they knew it. They
yep.
knew that was against our immigration laws. So they've broken the laws. Get out.
Hmm.
Come back in the right way, like everyone else before you did.
Yep.
You're fine.
But
You're welcome here. You're just going to do it the right way. I don't
one
like this. I'm really into justice and doing things the right way.
one
But
thousand
that's what they're
percent.
protesting against for the most part, isn't it?
If a lot of it, some of it, I think people don't even know what they're protesting against. I think you
Yeah.
saw at Berkeley, they were protesting against Fascist Turning Point USA, which is just the most far from the truth that you could get.
Mhm.
Um, there's never fascism. I don't think any of them could define fascism.
They
Like, you
cannot.
could define fascism. You would just look at Jack Dorsey's Twitter in 2020, and there's your definition. But
Nice.
it's it. I can't find an explanation for it other than there's someone with a lot of money and a lot of influence who's pushing them, or our generation is just that unhappy and that angry, and that's another issue that we got to solve.
It seems to happen whenever you get everything you want for so long and everything's so good and
Hmm.
you have it so easy, and then you just start looking for things to be angry and upset about. That's
Yep.
you're either going to be grateful or you're going to be a bratty little piece of crap like those Berkeley kids were.
Yeah. 100%.
That seems to be it. Those are your
Yeah.
choices.
Yep.
What are you angry about? The government opened up, so you're getting your little SNAP benefits. What are you
Oh
all
my
pissed off about?
goodness.
Because of ICE or no, it was Turning Point that they were so that makes them angry against God as far as I'm concerned. They're
Yeah.
so anti-God. They're so against anything having to do with the Bible or God's
Hmm.
people
Yep.
that they'll lash out with violence.
Yeah. And you saw that at Turning Point. They had Frank Turek on, who was a good friend of Charlie's. Respected scholar of God and God's word, and that's what he was talking about that night was the Bible, theology, um, religion, freedom of religion, and why it's important, and that's what they were protesting against right there. It's 100%
Isn't that crazy?
anti-gun. Yep, it's
What kind of pushback have you gotten? Have you always felt yourself to be kinda more on the conservative side? At 16, you don't have a lot of life experience to paying bills and buying houses, but,
yeah. I mean,
it
yeah,
go
I
ahead.
grew up in a very, very conservative home. My parents are both definitely conservative, both fiscally and socially. And so I've kind of seen, we're always talking about it. I'm always, reading the news, reading current events, always staying involved. That's something that really interests me. And I've had some pushback from some people in some of my classes. They'll argue about it, and I love to debate. Like, I'll debate anyone on any issue. because that ultimately is what makes America so good. It's a just free flowing um, exchange of
Yeah,
ideas that you
yeah.
pick the ones you like and you cast away the ones you don't like, and that's what forms our politics, or that's what should form our politics. Um, and so, I've gotten some pushback, but I think a lot of people on the left, especially college students, are filled with a lot of anger and they're misinformed. And when they do become informed, I've seen in my experience, they become more conservative because they see that they have been lied to, and you just simply just show them the numbers. And you say this is truly what's going on. This is what the media is trying to say is happening, and then here's what's going on. They see it and they say, "Wow, that's interesting. I've also been lied to at the same time," and they start to lean more conservative, and that right there is how we have to win this movement, is just by showing the numbers, bring the receipts.
You've got teachers and administrators dead set against you, trying to
Mhm.
get you shut up and shut down.
Yeah,
Um, so that's what we're combating. It's all part of the Communist Manifesto. If you can
yeah,
turn the minds of the youth, you can flip an entire country and government in a generation or two. That's absolutely what they're doing.
yeah.
So, um, how about the staff? Have they made any kind of inroads or given you any kind of have they thrown shade at you? Isn't that a young
I
person thing? Throw shade at you? Or is that an old guy thing? I don't even know.
I
Have they?
I know where you're going. The staff at places like Folsom Lake College, definitely very liberal leaning.
Yeah.
They have liberal policies. They support liberal causes only. What you would expect from a college, though. There's not been any blatant uh, blatant pushback. I know we did have an event where we were holding a vigil for Charlie Kirk on campus at Folsom Lake College. We had about 100 people there, and they sent out an email, a campus-wide email, warning students that there was a group practicing free speech um, outside, and if someone might be offended by that, they should avoid the area. Which, you
Okay,
know,
I'll take that. Sac State did the same thing with a couple of things that were done there.
yeah. So
It's fine.
they're doing it, but I mean, I don't love it because you're immediately saying that our speech might be offending someone,
Oh, there,
um,
yeah, and they don't say that about anybody else showing up. You're
which I
right.
never heard that about the pro-choice rallies that happened the week
No,
before. I
pro-choice
never got an email
or
about that or
yeah,
any of the other.
exactly.
I never got a warning walking into the DEI center
Good
inside
point.
the library. I never get a trigger warning for that. So it's
A trigger warning.
definitely left leaning. But I wouldn't say that there's blatant pushback, but there's definitely not a welcoming arm, like open arms for conservative students whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah. Not at all. No, you're
Nope.
you're on hostile territory there.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to be when you grow up?
Man, that's a great question. Um,
Like you haven't been asked that before.
yeah, you and 100 other people, but I mean, I'm leaning somewhere towards sales, but could totally see also a career in government and politics. Um, my only thing is living in California with my politics, there's not much of a career for that because we got about 3 people who can be successful. There's only space for about 3 people after Prop 50 passed, so that's
Good
wonderful.
point. Good
But
point. Yeah,
so in
good job.
California, there's really no appetite for conservatives, and it would be really hard. Not saying I couldn't move out of California, which is definitely on the table, but I'm also thinking something in sales, selling stuff, you know,
What's your
something like
what's your
that. Something where I
passion?
get
What
to
do you
talk to
love to
people.
do?
Love talking to people. That's one thing. I couldn't do it just a desk
Well, I
job
think
when
I think timeshare salesman is in your future then.
time. Yeah, you think so?
I'm kidding. No, please don't do that.
No. Okay,
That's
don't.
the worst.
I
They
hear a
make
lot
so
of
much
radio
money,
ads
but
that
it's on the backs of, tying uh, holding people to ridiculous contracts and agreements. No, I hate it. I hate the whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
I was making a joke. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd
get
also
into
do.
sales before you get into politics. Get into sales and actually make yourself some money first.
That's what I've been told. And to be
Yeah,
honest, I don't want to be a career politician because you
no,
got to find a way to make money, and often the only way to make money is by through donors and then listening to donors. And I don't want to be
yeah,
controlled by donors. That's the worst kind
good,
of politician right
awesome.
there.
That's fantastic.
So that or news, like news radio show host, something like that. That would be fun.
There you go. All
So
right. Well, continue getting that information because the one thing I notice in common with every single successful talk show host is they seem to know everything. They know so
yeah,
much about so much. I
crazy.
know a lot of things about everything. No, I know. Let's see. I know a lot of things. I know a little about a lot of things. How about that?
Yeah,
Um,
there you go.
I'm just a good old boy from Bakersfield. I didn't even finish junior college. So, but then Charlie Kirk didn't either, did he? Now,
No, he
um,
didn't. I think he went to
I'm
a
no, I'm
semester.
no Charlie Kirk, but I am doing the Lord's will by having this show and having people on like you. So, anything I can do to help you, absolutely count me in.
I
Is
appreciate
there a
that.
message you would like to give? Is there a thought that you want to give to people, either over 18 or anyone your age or both?
Man, never compromise. Just have a relentless pursuit of excellence, because that's what's gonna help you see the most success. You see the most successful people are disciplined, and they often are believers of God, and they are constantly pushing towards the next goal. They have goals that they write out for themselves, and they push, 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 push. They write lists every day. So that would be my biggest message is just don't stop. Just keep pushing, keep going. It's gonna suck sometimes. It really does suck sometimes, but it's all for a greater good. And you just got to keep pushing and
He's
not
right about writing things down too. I can tell you,
write
I
things
could
down.
find a list I made when I was in my 20s of here's what I want to accomplish, and I accomplished all of them but one.
Yeah,
And
what?
my life's not over yet, but
Yeah, you still got time.
write those things down, including writing about who you want in a life partner. I would like
Hmm.
her to
That's
be this and that, and represent this, and think about that, and think this way. Write stuff down. Write stuff
that's the
down. It manifests, doesn't it?
yeah,
And then
and
pray
I
over it.
think
Pray over it.
pray over it. Let God control that life and that list that you have. And
Yeah.
I liked what you said about the finding a partner. That is really important, I think, to do young because your childbearing years, um, they aren't very long. Like, you got what, 20 years maybe,
Yeah.
of realistic child years that you could have a kid, but you wanna stay young with that kid. You don't wanna be 70 years old when the kid is graduating high school. That sucks. You're a really old guy, when your kid is still really young, and so I think have kids young, you can start a family young. It's gonna make you happier. You're living for something that's not just yourself. You won't turn into a Antifa person.
Just like Charlie Kirk always said,
That's
get
exactly what he
married,
would say
have children within you know, within wedlock.
in the
And
context of marriage.
yeah, and you will be successful. He
Mhm.
talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Nice talking with you. Thanks for being on my little old broadcast. And I will talk to you again real soon. Anything I can ever help you with, you let me know anytime. You got my number now. Okay.
Awesome. I appreciate you, Charlie. Thanks for having me.
All right, partner. Talk to you later.
Cool.
I always break. I feel badly. I'm like an Ephesians 5:11 guy, part of the works of darkness, but instead even expose them. And after a while, it can just get so taxing, can it? So I thought it'd be nice to bring you something positive, someone positive. Maybe lift your spirits a little bit and go, hmm, maybe there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Although he did talk about getting out of California, didn't he? No place for me in California, he said, for conservatives. Thanks for going to my website. Please buy one of my mugs. This would be a great Christmas gift. Let's talk about politics and religion. I plan on bringing up my politics with my family during Thanksgiving, so that way I can save money on Christmas gifts. Went over your head. You didn't get it? All right. May God bless you and keep you. May God bless America. But most importantly, America, bless God. That was fun.